So nice to meet you, dear colleagues, dear fellows from all over the world. It's so exciting to be together here to participate program, and I hope you'll enjoy it as I enjoy the participate program. And I learned a lot because when I came from Romania, I had only Blackboard and nothing about technology. And when I came here, I saw everyone all the time. I ask my colleagues, "How you doing this? How did you manage?" And they hover with their fingers over the computers, and I couldn't even see to repeat those steps. And that's why I ambition myself when the remote learning starting, and I say I will do it now. And I completed all the DLC from the Charlotte Mecklenburg schools and everything what was around. And in 2 months, at most 2 months, I gave lessons in my PLC in my school. They asked me to show them. And then they started to tell me the queen of technology. So I was very pleased because nobody took me seriously outside the mathematical issues. So that's why now I'm feel very confident with technology, and I want just a glimpse to encourage you to use technology. I will show you several things that are working everywhere, not only on math, about technology, about pedagogies, about strategies, and the other ideas that I have creative in my classroom. That's why to not lose my ideas, I prepare a material and I will share with you. You'll have all that I will discuss here, and maybe will help you, will inspire you. And I want to show you also some of the most used technology that I found them very effective in the classroom. So first, few creative ideas. In mathematics, I have a lot of difficult lessons. And you know how the students are. They lack the prerequisites. And there are some lessons that are very concentrated, a lot of information. There is not enough time to explain. And that's why I started to reflect how to do a perfect lesson, how to preserve this lesson such that to be available to use it at every classroom. And I started to upload my exemplary lessons in the school website. And every time now when I'm teaching, I'm going there and I'm taking that lesson because it's perfect. And I will show you some things. By example, define sine, cosine on unit circle. You know, it's a hard topic. What I use here, posters I create with Microsoft Whiteboard. I can show you Microsoft Whiteboard just right now, just to open. And also in Microsoft Word, I made a lot of posters, and I try to be, very direct with the students, very explicit, such that this is an example of Microsoft Whiteboard. I use it also. I use it in the classroom for announcements, for to teach, to create posters. So let me go to the first lesson to see how it's looking. And so this is the page of the unit circle. Here just to suggest the movement. I started to explain here very clearly because nobody has time usually to explain what is a unit circle, what are the elements on unit circle. So then I created quadrants, something very explicit, and I use it a lot of visuals in my teaching because the students understand better, and everyone I think understand better when the information is associated with an image. And also this Google site, it's a Google site, so you can use it for lesson or whatever. That have a lot of feature. By example, this one, it's like a carousel here, so you have sine and cosine, what is the meaning, and I use colors here to create this material. These are created in Word and uploaded, and I use colors to emphasize exactly what I have here, a descent, and when I'm explaining to the student, they can follow. just follow the colors. Guys, red is the angle, but also red is the length of the arc. Adjacent is the side next to the angle, but it's also the cosine, because why? Hypotenuse is 1. And in this way, they are already set it. It's a daily basis to use colors when I'm explaining. And everything here, it's explaining very clear, because these are important to understand the concept. I will not insist on the math concept. I will insist on the technology, because I know that you are from different subjects that you are teaching here, and I want to emphasize the technology. So this is created in Microsoft Whiteboard. The first image is created in Desmo. It's uploaded in Microsoft Whiteboard. These labels are uploaded on Microsoft Whiteboard. It's very easy to use it. If you want, I will show you at the final, because I have other important tools to show you. Here is also on carousel, where I'm explaining check for understanding. Also, by example, here they have a question, they have the figure here, they should think after a while I'm explaining, and when they check the understanding, they can use the carousel and they find the answer. So embedding the check for understanding after each step of learning is an excellent strategy. Probably you use this also. I have also an assignment. There are buttons here. If we click, we can go over an assignment. I use also Google Forms, but I'm pretty sure that you are familiar with that. That's why I will go back now to see other examples. Here are the same co-terminal angles and reference angles. Basically it's the same. I want to show you only the GeoGebra applets. In mathematics, we have applets also that are useful. Everything I try to explain step by step, because usually these kind of things are the first that students are forgetting, and that's why they should reinforce every year. So by example, here GeoGebra, if you use GeoGebra in mathematics, then look, the kids can play here and they can see initial ray, terminal ray, angle in standard position. It's not uploaded, but they will show also, I think the other one I will try, they will show also the value of the angle, and they can understand what's happened. By example, this one, it's more interesting. What is the reference angle? Yes, it's this angle here. So when the students are playing, they can see the whole angle, and they can see the reference angle. And playing in every quadrant, they can remember these things when they are working with reference angle. Because I used to let them 4 minutes to play here and to give me some answer. I put them in the chat. Hey guys, tell me the reference angle for 122, by example. And just to be sure that they are playing. And doing this, they will remember finally how they got this that angle. By example, another exemplary lesson could be sine and cosine graph. I create here a very, very detailed poster about all the notions. For example, what is the midline, what is amplitude, separately. They are created, they are from Delta Math, you know this application, and then I solve this type of problem here. I wrote for them definition. Everything here it's in Microsoft Whiteboard. Just upload the photos, and I'm teaching every year after this. Then I create a poster. This is in Microsoft Word with the formula. And when they are working on their assignment, they have this in front. They have this on my screen. They have this in their canvas. And for sure, working with this in front of them, it's much easier to them to fill the assignment. Another technology tool here that is very, very cool is this. It's called, I will show you where are all these. It's called Whiteboard. By example, click the box. It's a very nice game. They are playing here. Find the vertical shift, and they will give the answer. Find the period, and they have the answer. They should give me the answer to this one. But I know what's happened here. I played. When I play on my account already, I cannot show you. But when the students play for the first time, they insert an answer here. But now for me, it's not working because it's the second time when I'm playing. That's why it has this limited part. But when you go for the first time, I will show you how to create this. Then they will find they will guess the answer. They show for them another boxes. But now I play many times, for me it's not working. But for them are working because it's another account. So Word Wall, it's called Word Wall. It's a site that has a lot of activities that you create using games in different formats. So please don't write anything because I will give you everything very organized in documents. Flippity, also drag and drop. I will show you the Flippity. By example, this activity for sine and cosine. I will show you, it's a very cool activity and a very cool technology support. By example, if I'm going here, just 1 second to minimize my, is to, I can't see the, okay, from here, you can choose from this button. By example, here I have 3 functions. I need 3 columns, and I will ask the students to split in, they have here 3 functions. I cannot minimize this. Anyway, and they have 3 functions. They have, by example, the points. They are where the functions are passing through. So these points are on the graph. They have different features, and they should display this. They should split this on columns for each function. But I'm sorry that I cannot see here what's happened. I think I have to, okay. I'm trying to minimize. Okay, it's called Flippity. So I have 3 functions. Look, there are this function, orange. They have instruction in Canvas to place the function in each column, the function, and then they should find extrema, maximum, minimum, and they should fit here the extrema. Then they will fit the amplitudes are green, the minimum, so the key features. It's a very cool activity, and you can do a lot on flippity.net. I will show you, by example, here it's an activity matching the derivatives. And after you match the cards, by example, this and this, I think, this and this are matching, they are disappearing. So they did the activity and they finalize it. But let me show you how it is flippity.net and how to build an activity in flippity.net. I will find here, because you can do a lot of activity here, and I'm very, very happy with this application. Look, they have a lot of activity. You can have flashcards, you can have quiz show, random picker, a lot. Only to find time to research all of this. What I use most, matching games I'm starting to use. I use, by example, for literacy, I use like crosswords. At the end of the chapter, I will show you later. I gave my students an assignment. In fact, I have here. This is made on Jamboard. I will show you how to work with Jamboard also. It's very cool. You can use these labels, are very, very cool, different colors. By example, here they solve the crossword and then they make a copy of after this document. To make a copy, you just click here, change this, the last word, and write copy. This is working for almost every document here. And if you copy this and put a link for the students, automatically they will make a copy of your document, so they won't work on your document. They will have their copy. They will solve the assignment and then they will submit the assignment. By example, here they will find the words. They can use the pen. This is Jamboard. It's a very cool. I use Jamboard a lot. So they will use and they will show me the words here like this. And at the final, after they make the copy, they submit the link. And they should find me here 16 words. And they have the grading here. I give them instruction on how to submit on Canvas. So this is very cool. If you click here, you can add pages. I use a lot Jamboard for a lot of things. So a new page like this, you can write from using a pen if you want. And what is cool here that you can share this with the students and give them permission to write, and they write all of them at the same time here. And this is an excellent collaborative tool in the classroom. All of them are writing and are solving their work here. And this is very cool. I use also Jamboard to collect feedback from my students. At the end of the class, every student give me a feedback here, and they tell me I did not understand, and I like it, I'm okay. And they effectively, I find at the end of the class, I find the Jamboard with the exit ticket, which I'm very content about this feature, because in the classroom, usually they don't, you know, the stickers for exit ticket, they don't use it. But this in the online environment, I found it very cool. Also, you can upload images. You can use backgrounds from here, different backgrounds that you like, that you agree. You can insert text. And what is cool, when you put a picture here and explain, you have a laser also to show to the students. Eraser, here select, you can select and move images and stuff like this. It's very easy to use it. Here it's sharing, the sharing option, and you just share these with, I share here by my example with my principal, because we are working together to infuse technology in the classroom. But also you can share with and you can make an editor, you can make a viewer. How do you prefer to share? And for the students, I make the students editors here. So my students are all editors. I preserve a copy for me, but they have this in Canvas. And when we are teaching, they write at the same time with me. Let me show you here. By example, you can see all my Jamboard that I use in different classes. So let me show you, I don't know, some of their work. Some of their work here, how they are writing at the same time with me. I don't know, there are many, but I hope that I will find, just to show, by example, synthetical long division. So if I'm going here, these are their work here. They are writing here, and they can work in parallel. Two students here, and you can see who is online with you. They appear here. It's a very cool. It's a very cool tool. Okay, let's go to the next. Genially, it's a cool presentation for conics. I used Genially. This is very, it's a presentation that you can use it also with other occasions, because Google Slides, it's a bit outdated. This is very modern, has an attractive interface, look how it shows up formulas, is very attractive. And I use this sometimes when I have a lot to speak and a lot of formulas to teach. I show them, guys, this is transverse axis, this is the conjugate, this axis here. So using colors, using labels, because they need to see this very fast. You know that it's a lot of mathematical content here during one class, and that's why sometimes I'm amazed how these kids can retain so much information. And that's why I'm trying to help them to use colors, to use visuals, to use, by example, here they will pair. It's very cool, this genuinely. It's attractive, it's free. All that I'm showing you, it's free. And I create some difficult lessons that are useful in every year. Here are problems for exam, by example. They try, then I come with the solution from Desmo and I discuss with them. So I can embed in my lesson. Usually I embed different tools. Here I made some videos. In the springtime, I made videos for all the problems. I will show you a bit later, and they can watch the videos, the solutions, and so on. Inverse function is also on my sorry for this, I don't. Inverse function, it's also on my blog. It's a difficult subject, and I did it in the summer. I like it to do it with a motto in front. What is a function? What is the inverse? Just to remember what is the function. And I'm starting from the scratch, from the beginning, because in pre-calculus, this is a lesson for pre-calculus. But in pre-calculus, they don't remember what they should remember from Math 1 and Math 2. So that's why I'm starting again with idea of inverse, on tables, on relations, on equations. And believe me, it's the first year when I'm doing this with them in the classroom, and they've got it immediately. It's better than when I was in the classroom setting, in the traditional classroom setting, and I didn't have so much technology to enhance learning. Here it's from graphs. Then we discuss about horizontal line test, vertical line test, to discover when a function is one-to-one. Then they have, again, open the box, but this will not work for me, I think. I will try, but the function, oh, look, this is working, you see? And here they should choose the answer, by example, and they receive feedback. So it's a good warm-up, it's a good bellowing, it's a good check for understanding. I'm just trying an answer to see what they are doing. Then I create some interesting poster with finding inverse of the function with the steps for different functions. And honestly, I have to tell you that this lesson worked very fast comparing with other lessons in other years that I did on this topic. And at the final, I'm coming with, these are from Instagram, by example. I'm taking screenshots from different sites on Instagram that are using different memes to transmit the information, because it's important to understand the concept. Maybe they forgot other things, but they will remember that cat and that fish at the end. Let's show you another thing. So here, Microsoft Whiteboard, Desmographic. A new tool is Google Drawing that I use, and I like Google Drawing a lot, because it's a bit, it takes time to create some posters, but they are very beautiful. So for statistics, when it was a lot of information, I'm teaching after this. So at least they have all the information is organized here. They know where to find this. And we have discussions with this in front. I inserted an assignment here, although if they click here, they have an assignment. And also we have checks for, this is a Quizlet. I'm pretty sure that you know this tool. The Quizlet, you can choose a study mode here, you can match, you can different forms. You can start the game or you can choose another one. It's very cool, also Quizlet, and I'll use it sometime, not all the time. You can use flashcards, tests, whatever do you decide, or every student may choose. So this is the first idea, to create a website with exemplary math lessons. The school gave me the prize for this idea. They found it very cool and very interesting. And the second idea that I had is, so Google Drawing is in Google Suite. So everyone should have Google Suite. You have Google Drawing, you have Jamboard in Google Suite, you have Google Form, all are there in your drive. If you search there, but I'm positive that you know these things. Also, I made some full playlist of lessons, all solve problems from exams. I was focused for my students on short tutorials of 2 or 4 minutes, because the span of attention of my students is very short and they are not listening 20 minutes lessons. So that's why I was very focused here, and I made a lot of videos using Screencastify. So I have here Screencastify. It's for free until 5 minutes, but for me it's good 5 minutes, because I need at most 5 minutes to be sure that my students are watching from the beginning until the end. And what I use, so and I posted, of course, on Canvas. If you have time, you'll have this document to see how I think they were useful. And I made also not only subjects, but also the lessons. So I use these lessons also on Canvas each year. Now I'm teaching other subjects, but anyway, some of them are appropriate. Then here I have what I learned in digital learning competency. I told you I share with my PLCs, with my principals. We made the course on Canvas. Here I have only some posters that you can use them. This is the most important one, maybe, because I cannot share the Canvas with you, but these posters I can share. Explore digital learning competency. Here, after I have at this time, I think, yes, I have 20 credits at this time, because all the summer I learned, in March I learned, all the time I learned. So I have 20 credits. I don't need them, because you don't need them too. But just to imagine, because really I was passionate about this, and I wanted to be a good teacher here in the United States, not in Romania. I'm done with Romania now. So digital resources. What I have here, a lot of resources that you can use. I write here what they are. You can access from these. Yes, Nearpod. I have Nearpod also, but probably you already know. And what they are doing. So if you have time, you can explore this when you have time, because you will find interesting new technology tools to explore and to integrate in the lesson. So there are a lot here. Most of them, only a few of them are for money, but they have a part that it is for free. Some of them are for money, like iExcel, but a few of them. Most of them are for free. Now, by example, I'm using successfully Whiteboard 5, and I will show you how. And the Jamboard, I show you Jamboard also. So on a daily basis, Whiteboard 5 and Jamboard I'm using in the classroom, and also other things I use. I tested different approaches, and depends how they are working for the students. And in this way, I started to use them. So this is here, you will find this all the resources here. Explore differentiating instruction. Here are some concepts about differentiation, and that's why I want to no, I think here I should correct this one. Yes, I should correct this one to see, because I uploaded another, but I'm glad I will correct it. Explore learning process. By example, it's in Google Drawing. It's a poster in Google Drawing. You can come with picture here. If you click on the picture, we will have a links. We have some links somewhere. Here on the guide, it's written below. If we click on the guide, we have different links where you can learn or you can see different means, different concepts. So all of this, I will not open them, but when you need reading and information about strategies, about learning process, types of learning and stuff, you can find here. Then I created in my courses a pink button. In calculus and in statistics, it's a lot of information. And that's why I started to reflect how to help my students better. And I created a special button in my Canvas course, and I will show you how it is on the first page and how it works, such that every time when the students are asking me, hey, I don't know this, I don't know, look guys, you can ignore everything what it is in this Canvas, but go here, exam summaries. These are made for you. And I want to show you what I create. Essential knowledge, for them I structure the information. This is everything what they should know. It's a lot of content in calculus and a lot of resources that many times are confusing because the languages is not the same, and it's normal for them to have difficulties. And that's why, in order to support them, I was very focused. For example, a whole unit is synthesized here in two or three pages. So wording, what they should know, because here it's about communication also. Definition, what it is, and also explain on the graph with visuals, to have visuals in front, to have problems. So limits. So from the whole limits, only this I emphasize it, because here is the core. My students want to learn different philosophies on mathematics, because even us, we don't learn the philosophies. We are going straight to the point. Continuity, also using wording, completing. So I have wording, definitions, and practice, graphs and examples. Everything here in the first 3 units they can find here. When they say, hey mom, I don't understand this. Okay, let's go to the pink button, because there it's everything, guys. There it's everything. Look, by example, this theorem, role of derivatives, they found it very difficult. Okay, so look guys, I have memo tips. Can you learn these 3? If you learn these 3, you know all this table. What is the relationship roughly? Okay, and now they at least, I'm happy that they learned this and they started to use it. This is an example. Another thing that I did here on this button is essential knowledge, and for problems. The problems are also difficult. Essential skills. What I found at the end of the unit that was difficult for them, I was on my iPad. I bought an iPad in the summer, and I write step by step everything, using also colors and visuals. And I discuss this at the revision. Look here, by example, this problem, they struggle with this problem. They don't know the rule. I just copy paste from essential knowledge, step by step. I emphasize here, I'm discussing, I'm going like this when I'm teaching, and I'm asking them what I'm doing now, and they will say me, okay, let's see, okay, we are good. Then step by step, such that to fill this table step by step until they got. But what I want to show you, so here it's more about math, but the idea of presenting step by step and using colors in presentation and faster, I told you from Instagram to remember what is the integral. The integral is the area of the curve below. And in this way, we discover we are going here and I'm asking them how it's working, which area is greater. And in this way, they can learn the properties of the integral. Another interesting thing that I did here, and I want to show you on statistics, just from the point of view of the strategies when we're teaching, I could do this in statistics. Here it's a lot of wording also, and it's more about communication than about math. And that's why I want to show you just a few ideas here, how I did, by example, to teach them what these materials are good for teaching, especially on math and on sciences, and of course on the everywhere. It's so using colors to read very fast the problem. Then step by step, here I insert a question. What are the steps? And they have 1 minute to think. They answer me in the chat. After they answer me, I'm going next. After I receive an answer, label to access, okay? Then what we are doing? Then they tell me or not, I will come. If they don't tell me, I will come. Okay, guys, you want to define these variables. Please do this. Another 2 minutes to think. Usually, generally, it worked. This lesson worked very good in the classroom because they like to chat. Our students like to chat, so they like to deliver the chat in private in the chat box. They prefer this. They prefer to speaking, so they don't want to unmute, but in the chat I receive. So like this, using a lot of pages, it's a lot of work, but I work with pleasure because you use colors. It's pretty much like coloring. It's good for the brain, for our mental health in this period to do such things. And then I came with the cards from the table, such that to watch them how we plot the points and to explain how to label, how to plot the points. So everything, it's like a story. Then question, then hint, I'm waiting. And all the lesson, it's flowing like that, like a conversation with them, and they answering in the chat. Now, what I did, another thing, last year, I had, when I came in this Vance High School, I think I had some difficult classes. All the classes are difficult, of course, but some of them are very, very difficult in terms of learning of behavior and I started on prerequisite, and I started to insert more and more technology because at the exam they have decimal. So I started to learn them how to solve using decimal. And believe me, at the exam, they were amazing. Students that came in the classroom maybe 1/4 and they have a B at the exam. I was so happy for them and they were so happy of their outcomes. And here, if you look here, especially for math, I made some materials and I called it Desmo approach. How to set up. There are some videos from Desmo, but some videos I made by myself to make like an inventory for them, how to find the range, how to find the domain. I came with problems and I structure here how to use calculator to find everything on Desmo. So that's why this was a cool resource for the classroom to teach them. Guys, look, where I'm teaching inequalities. I'm coming here, look how to solve with Desmo. I'm teaching in 2 ways. First with Desmo, second algebraical. This is what I'm teaching. First with technology, second algebraically. Because at the state exam, they have technology. They have graphing calculator. They have Desmo embedded. If they learn how to use the calculator, they can solve almost everything. And I learned them how to use everywhere, how to solve even untraditional problems using Desmo. And it was a great tool, a great help for them, because they love to hover over a program than to work algebraically. Now, 2 tips for the online classroom. I'm using these tips in pre-calculus. Jamboard, I show you Jamboard before, how I have a lot of lessons from Jamboard, not on calculus because there is too much content and statistics, but on pre-calculus, Math 3, Math 2, Math 1, whatever it was. And Microsoft Word. By example, I'm solving, especially when a difficult subject, I'm solving one example and I give them to solve one example. And this Microsoft see, let me open it. It's an online board, and not Microsoft, sorry, Whiteboard theme. And it's amazing for me in the classroom. I will show you how it looks. It's very easy to use it because you create the class during the lesson. So by example, I create this class here, a name. After you create, you click here on the bottom, create new class. And now I copy this, and I put it in the chat for them to find, or they have room code, whatever. Here, I'm coming with my whiteboard. Usually, I'm coming with a picture from my desktop because it works better a picture. And I'm asking them to solve. By example, I upload this picture, let's say like this. And here you need only to play a bit with this interface. By example, you select and then you delete this. They have changed colors. You can change the color. They have the pen if you want. From here you can the line, the line width. If you want to erase, to clean. Anyway, you explain them by example, and then you push the board from here. You push the board to the students. The board of the students will appear below, and you push the board to the students, and this board will appear on the page of the students. They are working there, and then you can save the whiteboard. You can save from here, and I like this feature very much. After they finish in 5 minutes, I give them 5 minutes, and then I say, guys, I saved the whiteboards, and these will be your grades today. Save all whiteboards as PDF. You can hide the names. You can see in real time what they are doing. Their whiteboards will be here. You can eliminate a whiteboard if you don't like what is written. So let me show you a whiteboard, how it looks here from the few days ago. And if someone asks me, hey, my kid is doing the work in the classroom. Okay, let me show you a whiteboard to see, by example, what everyone is doing. And this is a great asset for us to have their work, to see how they are writing, not what they are solving. And I found it amazing. Of course, not for all the lessons, but the lesson that have multiple steps, I think it's very good, and we need to break the steps, in small parts. So this is what I'm using many times in the classroom, Jamboard and the Microsoft in pre-calculus. Then some projects, I like at the end of the units to give them some crosswords to check the literacy, and to have, like, could be a homework, could be a warm-up, could be an exit ticket. But usually I gave them homework if they and they should find here some words I showed you before. In fact, I will show you how to make a Flippity to see exactly how, because it's not difficult. Here is another project. I want to show you the Flippity, how we should work. By example, I'm using the Flippity to make crossword. Here is a demo instructions. So you can open instructions here, and it's very easy. It looks a lot to read, but it's easy, it's not difficult. You make a copy of this template, and then after you make a copy, you insert your words here. You clear this, of course, selected clear, and you can insert your words. Let me show you my words. So here is my Flippity demo. Here you insert the words in demo. By example, here I insert for crosswords for exponential and logarithm. After you insert the words, you click on file, you publish to the web. Here on file, you have published to the web. After you publish to the web, now you are okay, you can close this, and then you go get the link here. You just go here, you have the link, and then this is your activity. Usually I'm clipping this part and I'm putting this part on the Jamboard, as I did here. I'm writing, I'm sticky notes I'm use, and different stuff to make it more attractive. And then I give the link to the students, or I'm clipping this and I'm uploading on Canvas. Whatever, I noticed that students enjoy the variation in the classroom, the variation of the technology tool, of the type of activities. Nobody will die if they will make 10 minutes crosswords at the end of a math unit. It's a moment of breath for them. And it's important to keep them engaged. So that's why sometimes I'm doing this also, because only tough maths all the time, and they to struggle is not a solution. And I'm encouraging them, you are doing this also on a daily basis in the classroom, and you know what I'm speaking. And that's why I do not want to talk about this. I want now to share with you these materials with you in the chat, to have all these things here, and especially here you have all the tools of technology. And if there is something else, maybe you can tell me if you want me to share from
Manuela, if you just share it with me, I will make sure to put it on the community
okay.
in the discussion thread, and then everybody will have access that way. So you can just
yes.
Is this Google Doc set so everybody with the link can view? Yes. Perfect. Okay, so so then you can go ahead and just put the link in the chat.
Okay, in the chat, or I can email you. How do you prefer?
It doesn't, go ahead and put it in the chat. I will grab it from there, and so will everybody else, and then I will also put it in the live. So do you see where the chat button is?
Yes, it's in the chat. Should be in the chat now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Welcome. It is my pleasure. I like to share what I'm working, because we learn from each other. I learn a lot from this Desmo approach, but this is inserted in the link. I think in the link there I have everything what can help you.
Thank you very much. I am beyond impressed on so many levels. On the math side, whoever knows math is a genius, to be period. And then whoever can do what you just demonstrated that they can do with technology, I'm like, hats off to you. That's amazing. So thank you so much, Manuela. Are there any questions from the group? I know a few questions came through the chat, but some of them got answered. So go ahead and just unmute yourselves and feel free to ask Manuela any questions you would like. And Manuela, feel free to
Sure.
Unshare your screen if you would.
Okay.
And then there you go. And use the grid, the gallery view, if you would like to see everybody. It's so much fun during conversations to be able to see all the faces. So go ahead and unmute yourselves if you have any questions for Manuela.
Hello, Manuela. Thank you so much for sharing all those resources with us. Especially for me, as a math teacher, it's very interesting material to learn about. And I will ask you, thank you. I will ask you, can you repeat the name of the applets that you use to present the graphs? You mentioned GeoGebra applets and another else, I think so.
I will write in the chat. I use GeoGebra and the Desmo graphic calculator.
Okay.
Yes, there are a lot. If you look there, you can find Desmo. And Desmo, it's very cool. They have a lot of activities, not only graphic calculator, they have also geometry on Desmo. If you search Desmo geometry, you can find amazing tool that you can use, especially on transformations, on drawing, there are a lot of tools. And GeoGebra is not so cool. I use Desmo because on exam they have Desmo graphing calculator. It's embedded in their application. It's called graphing calculator. It's somewhere in the corner of the application, in the bottom, in the right of the corner on the bottom, and it has an icon like a calculator. And if you open them, you have graphic calculator, you have scientific calculator. It's a variant of Desmo. And with that one, they can broke 80% of the problems they can broke if you focus on Desmo. And that's why I had good results with this Desmo approach. And this year I'm teaching all the upper math in my school, statistics, calculus. So I couldn't believe this, but it was real.
Okay. Yes. I will share with you another information, but it's very, very small comparing with all the information that you shared with us. Do you know about Equation? That is an extension for Google Chrome. Equation.
Yes.
It's very nice. I share the information with all of us there. Equation is very good resource, a very good tool because it gives you the opportunity to embed all the graphs and other things and other elements into Google Documents, slides, all the family, Google family, and it's a great resource.
How do you spell that, Norma? Or go ahead and type it in the chat if you don't mind, just to make sure everybody.
If you sign in with your teacher account, it's for free.
Yes, this is what I wanted to tell you. Yeah, it's for free and it's amazing.
Perfect.
And there is another one that I don't use because it's about language, that it's called what? I don't remember it.
LaTeX, probably.
No, the same developer that create Equation has another one that it's about reading text help.
Text help, yes.
You can search it on the website. I think it would be useful for language teachers also.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.